First off, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High Yahawah in the name of His only begotten Son YAHAWASHI, in the name of the Holy Spirit. In Paleo Hebrew, it's called Halal Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashai Bahashem Rahach Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth. Salutations to all the brothers out there that's teaching this word in truth and sincerity, in peace, blessings, and healings unto the elect and the multitude, because that's why we do these videos. And today I want to talk about this. It says, former Black Panther discovers one of her white ancestors arrived on the Mayflower. Okay, and this is the parable of the wheat and tare, man. You know what I'm saying? In Matthews, you go up here, Yahawashi teaches in parables as the header. He does teach in parables. And one of the parables he gave was tares among the wheat. And I'm going to explain that today, because there's tares among the wheat. Okay, now let me play this video, and then I'm going to get into it. It's only 50 seconds.
Any idea what you're looking at? That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
I can't believe this. No. My ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
Oof. That's a little bit too much to deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation
Never.
for this country?
Never.
Yeah, man, and there's a lot of people that look like her, that even look dark chocolate, that are Edomites. They're not Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Because if we go back through history, that slave masters used to rape our women and have children. You know what I'm saying? And I got some examples of that, like Lenny Kravitz. You know what I'm saying? His father was a so-called Jewish person. Now look at his daughter. You know what I'm saying? She's an Edomite too. You can even look at Thomas Jefferson's descendants. You know what I'm saying? Because he was popping his slaves. You know what I'm saying? And having children. You know what I'm saying? Or we can look at Frederick Douglass. His was Aaron Anthony, or it could have been Thomas Auld. One of those had sex with his mother and had him. You know what I'm saying? So that's a tare. He's an Edomite, even though he looks like a so-called black person. Or we can go on to modern day. Nick Wright. You know what I'm saying? He's a sports analyst, and his son's right here. You know what I'm saying? He's an Edomite. Okay, so this colorism that this world pushes, this is trash. You know what I'm saying? You are who your father is. You know what I'm saying? And we can get the other extreme, right? Even with Israelites, we look at Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? He's an Israelite, but we look at his daughter. You know what I'm saying? We look at his daughter. It looks like a so-called white woman. You know what I'm saying? But she's an Israelite. So it can go both ways on both sides. That's why we don't judge according to appearance. You know what I'm saying? The colorism that they push today is stupid. You go by who your father is, point blank, period. That's how you're supposed to keep it. Back in the day, that's how they keep it. They didn't go, I'm black, I'm yellow, I'm white. That's stupid. You go by your house name. Numbers 1:18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of what? Their fathers. That's how it's supposed to be, man. So there's no confusion going on. But in Babylon the Great, which Babel means confusion, okay, and we're in Babylon the Great, America right now, it's nothing but confusion. Nobody knows who they are anymore, okay? Nobody knows if they're a man or a woman anymore, okay? This place is confusion, okay? It says, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, by their posts. So you're supposed to go by the house of your fathers, okay? And this is why back in the day, they used to put the children that they had with the slave women above the slaves, okay? And it's still going on in society today. You got the Boule, you got the Black Lives Matter, okay? You got NAACP. You know what I'm saying? Those are probably Edomites, even though they look black, like this woman, over, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites, making policies for the rest of the Israelites, which they're probably tares. Okay, so let's go to this parable. It says, Matthew 13:24, and another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. And this is what the so-called white man has done. He has sowed tares in the Israelite community in the same way the other way, okay? So Yahweh Shemashah is going to gather his people out of all these countries, and he's going to burn the tares, man. It says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, they appeared the tares also. Okay, like this woman. Okay, like Thomas Jefferson's descendants, like Frederick Douglass's descendants. Okay, Nick Wright, this is what it is. And it said, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? And he said unto them, an enemy have done this. Okay, Esau basically, he was going crazy in the slave plantation, you know what I'm saying? Having children. Okay, and that's why we don't judge according to appearance today, because there's some evil ass people that look black, but they're Edomites. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It says, the servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. Okay, we all gonna know when Yahawashi arrives who he saves. He's only gonna save the Israelites. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. The same thing that happened in Egypt. You know, there was tares among them too. You know, Egyptians among them, and they all died off. And the same thing is going to happen in the second coming. That's how it is. He only wants it. He's only going to save Israelites. He gonna burn all them tares, okay? Because if you let them come in, then only evil will grow. You know what I'm saying? But you go to Jeremiah 23, and it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shemashah, that they shall say no more, Yahweh Shemashah liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh Shemashah liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own place. And like I said, it goes both ways, because you got Patrick Mahomes and his daughter, but this is going on all over America with our people laying with Edomite women and having children, and their children coming out like this. And then the other way, you have Chad over there having sex with our women and having children, but those children are what? Edomites, even though they look like Patrick Mahomes. So it can go both ways. That's why we don't judge according to appearance anymore. Okay, it just is what it is. This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. You know, I know some so-called people that look white, but they're Israelites, man. It just is what it is. And especially when I went to school. And then you got some of them weird-ass black people that look black, but what? They're Edomites, man. John 7 and 24, judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So that's why we don't judge according to appearance anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at this point, you know, if the spirit's not on you, you're not going to be able to tell who nobody is. You know what I'm saying? But the people in the truth can tell who somebody is, because there is wicked Israelites. Don't get it wrong. Okay, not all Israelites are righteous. Okay, only the elect and the multitude are striving to be righteous. But there are some wicked Israelites, like you got Jay-Z and them. They're going to be burnt up with the tares also. And there's a separation going on in the spirit right now, because you got the people in the truth separating from the world and separating from people. I want to get this. This is Matthew 25 and 31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall he gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. Separate who? The Israelites from those nations, because, well, we've been scattered, you know, all over the world. Point blank period. We've been scattered. You know what I'm saying? And now we look like some of those people from those nations, but some of us don't. You know, the majority of the Israelites look like blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But you got Israelites that look so-called Irish, that look so-called white with blonde hair and blue eyes, like Patrick Mahomes' daughter. You got some Israelites that look Taiwanese, Chinese, Japanese. You got some Israelites that look like this and some Israelites that look like that. But also you got some Edomites that look like this and some Edomites that look like that, because they rule the world right now. So they're popping all women, and those children are having babies with all nations. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. That's why Yahweh Shemashah is going to separate, you know, at the end. Like he said, he's going to let them grow together. But when the harvest comes, it's time to separate. And that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And before him shall he shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. You know how this world today calls, like basketball players the GOAT and all that. I find that kind of funny because those people gonna die, man. They're all about idolizership and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get separated too. This is going on right now in the spirit. The Israelites separating from the world, and they're being pulled out of the world by force by the YAHAWASHI. There's a divide going on right now, and YAHAWASHI said there would be a divide in the last days, and he came to divide. Let me get this. This is Luke 12:51. It says, "Suppose ye I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division." This is YAHAWASHI. "From henceforth there shall be five in one house divided, three against two, and two against three." And this can go both ways, especially with what's going on in the world right now with the Pope, what's going on right now with liberal movement. What I'm saying? It's separating people from the household, but this is spiritual also, because you got some people in the truth, and now they're being divided against their family members because they're not really in the truth and they don't really believe like that. So what's going on spiritually and what's going on carnally. "The father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." So YAHAWASHI, he came to bring division, man, because he's going to separate the righteous from the wicked. Matthew 10:34, "Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be those of his own household." And like I said, this can go carnally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because the ones that's in the truth are separating from people that's not in the truth. It just is what it is. This is 2 Corinthians 6. It says, "Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness? And what concord have Hamashiach with Baal? Or what part have he that believe with the infidel?" So, YAHAWASHI tells you to separate. "Wherefore come from among them, and be ye separate, saith YAHAWASHI, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and you shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty." But this is happening on the other side as well. This is happening carnally, because they're separating from us as well. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 22. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you." So the people that's in the truth, they're going to hate you. "When they shall separate you from their company," separate. So, YAHAWASHI told us to separate from them. And carnally, they're separating from us because we're not going along with this beast system, with this liberal movement, okay, with all this and all that. It says, "And shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil." Okay, so they're going to lie. "For the Son of Man's sake, rejoice in that day, leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven, for in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets." So YAHAWASHI is doing a big divide carnally and spiritually right now. He let the tare and wheat grow together, but now it's time to separate, man. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. So that's all I wanted to get today, man. Edomites, some Edomites look like black people, man. And some white people look like Israelites. That's why we don't judge according to appearance, no more judge righteous judgment. The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, man. So you got to keep that in mind when you teaching. So, double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth, and call Allah YAHAWASHI.